Ooh, what's going on YouTube? It's Donnie B all day. So a little while ago, not a big while ago, I did this knife kit, right? I went to, I was at Woodcraft and I saw these knife kits that you put together yourself. And I thought, oh, that'd be a cool little project. This one being the Camillus Hexibel. It comes with the steel and it comes with the sheath, and then you have to do your own kind of handle system with pins and however you're going to do it. So I thought, why not? That'd be a cool little thing. You know, I like that kind of stuff. So this was my knife project that I did, my Camillus. And you can see I went with a wood scale and I gave it a little jab pointer at the end. I kind of carved that into it. Got the lanyard hole there. I got the 2 pins and I inset the pins so they're away from the hand. Gives you a nice little grip on there. This turned out to be a pretty cool little project. I really liked it. It's crazy comfortable in the hand. You got nice little jimping on the top. So what I did is I cut around the jimping inside my my grip. You can see that it's like a plywood, a 3-color plywood, and that worked out to be pretty good. Now the knife itself, let's see, and here's a cool thing about these kits. It's $21.99 to buy the kit at Woodcraft. That's it. And, you know, you get a really cool little knife. It's got a nice thick spine. It works out pretty well. Let's see what we have for details on this thing. All right, let's see. We're talking about a 3 1/4 inch blade. We're looking at 7 5 inches overall. Did I say inches? Let's see. Titanium bonded. It's a titanium bonded 420. That has been through hardened to hold an edge. Trying to see if there's anything. That's pretty much it. That's pretty much what we're looking at for size parameter and all that. But I have to say that, especially with the grip I put on, this grip is mighty comfortable. There is some jimping in here. I closed it in because I didn't really need it, but it's just nice in the hand. I made it for me. You can see there's little finger grooves right there and there. That's why there's more coloration change. You can see it nice. So I made a nice deep, it's not a choil obviously, but it's a nice deep finger groove. And I brought out my my plywood all the way to the tip of the points for the hand guard, and it just feels right. But here's the thing, it's one thing to make the knife kit and give yourself a cool little $21.99 bush knife, but is it good? Can it be used? And that's what we're going to do right now. We're going to stop talking about it. We're going to take it outside and we are going to see if it cutty. Alrighty. So I do like doing the offset pins. I think those came out pretty good. I got some nice depth going in between the pins and the pinholes now. Digging it. All right, let's go. All right, so before we go out into the wild, I just want to show you, it is a bushcraft knife. So you can, that's a mean spark. You can definitely, that was with the spine. You can throw a spark with the spine, or you can see how the blade edge goes the blade edge goes all the way. There's like no ricasso. That is a great spot to get spark going to. And you're not going to ruin your knife edge, okay? So let's clean all the crud off, because that's all it was crud. You see that? Okay, so let's now go outside for real. I'll tell you what, Fred Rogers, it is a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Beautiful day for a neighbor. Won't you be mine? Would you be mine? Won't you be my neighbor? All right, so let's go to the old stump. Get things started right here. Let's check the balance first. Do a couple 4-foot drops. See how she falls. So far, so good. All right, that's not so bad. Couple hard downward throws. We'll see how I put those scales on there. Whew. Man, it's got some bite. And it's not made, wow, it's got some crazy bite. And this, you can see it went all the way into there. It's not made for that because it's made to be a little bushcrafter. It is a full flat grind, which I love. I love a full flat, my favorite. So let's start with a little nylon rope cutting. Wow. Wow. That was as simple as it can get. Do a little pry. No problem. No problem at all. All right, so obviously it's not a batoning knife because it's only this big, but that doesn't mean you can't do some kind of batoning with it. And before we do some batoning with it, let's do some wood shave. Oh, some nice tight little curls right there. Those are some nice tight little curls right there. Got them all falling off right before me, but they are all nice. Let's see if we could do some controlled pulls. Oh, look at those long Nike symbols. Oh yeah, that's what it's all about. I love controlled pulls. I love them. I love them. So you see how nice that is. I mean, you need to make a fire. That's the stuff to make a fire with. All right, so I said we can baton. So there's two ways to baton. You can go straight down or you can go through. So what we're going to do is baton through. And that's what we're going to do. Da, 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 da. Oh, I don't have an axe with me and I don't have a chopping knife, so how am I supposed to split my logs in half? Oh, I don't know, Billy. Possibly just by having 3 ounces of skill and know-how. So that's what it comes down to. All right, so now that we have a nice piece like that, let's bang on that. Beautiful. Let's take these 2 halves, stick them together. Stick them together. And what do we end up with? Now you just took those 2, you made 4 sticks. Fire making easy. So prep is going to be easy. Anything like that, it's just going to be easy. Let's see if we can't tip a log. Let me turn this way so you guys can actually see what's happening. Now what I'm doing, because it's obviously short, it's a bushcraft knife, not a chopping knife. I'm taking my thumb and my finger and I'm wedging them into those little holes there that I made, and I'm holding it way at the end. And what this does is it gives me momentum at the tip, and so now I can take this non-chopper and I can chop. And as you see, all the little flakes falling off, it is chopping. Now this is something good too if you have like a Boy Scout in the family, you know, a young kid looking for a first knife and he needs a good camp knife for like scouting trips and things like that. It's a lot more fun to let him do it himself, you know what I mean? It's like those soapbox cars, you know, yeah, you can go buy one, I'm sure, but they want you to make one, you know what I mean? And a kit like this, it's not just good for the child to learn a new skill and basically how to put scales on, but it could be a really good bonding, you know, type thing if you got a kid and, you know, they're at that age where parents aren't as cool as they really are. So maybe you want something that you can do with your kid together, something that's fun and something that the kid's actually gonna be able to use. Let's see, we're gonna go through 2 layers. We're gonna try and we're gonna succeed, no problem. But this kind of thing wow, talk about skinning. this kind of thing would be a great tool. Holy mackerel, for something like that, for a beginning knife makers. If you're wanting to learn how to make a knife, one of the main things you need to know how to do is put on a handle. You get these blanks, you could start practicing doing your own handle. Once you have it down, you already have a knife because you already have an edged weapon here. Let's see, man, this thing is, look at this. Oh my gosh, look at this. Let's finish it off here. That is prime cutting. Not so bad, not so bad. A $21.99 kit that you make your own handle with, and the blade is sweet. The blade is sweet. Let's see, after all that. Oh, and it's still, I didn't check to see if it was shave sharp in the beginning. Let's see if it could stay with me now. But see all these hairs, all those hairs, it's shave sharp. So after batoning, after chopping, after cross batoning, after cutting rope, after skinning leather, it's still shaving the hair off the arm. And I used both the edge side and the spine side to create spark. This thing is a good knife kit right here. If you're wanting to have some fun and do your own, or if you just want a good knife and you want it cheap and you know you have the ability to throw on some scales, why spend all the extra money on a knife that has scales already done on it when you can spend half the money on a good knife and just put on your own scales, if that's what it, that's what it takes. You might have some kind of material just sitting around and you think, well, why spend the extra money on the knife? I'll spend this much and just put my own on. It's a good way to do it. A good way to do it. Now let's see if it flies. All right. Oh, it's stuck in slow motion. Here's where it's stuck, but I stuck it this way and it was deciding, should I stay or should I not stay? Nah, I won't stay. All right, so let's try that again. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. 3 bags full. Oh my gosh, that gets in there good. So, this is what we have, boys and girls, ladies and gents, friends of mine. We have the Camillus Hexibel, knock you down, knife kit. That right there turned out to be a pretty sweet little project. Pretty sweet. And I'm happy I did that one. I looked at it, I was over there and I was actually picking up some new scale material to do scales on other projects. And I thought to myself, well, here's something I haven't seen yet. I want to try it out. So I picked it up for $21.99. And what did I get for $21.99? I got a little Woodcraft knife that does every single thing I want it, need it, and ask of it to do. You know what I mean? It's just a really, really good little knife. So this one's going to be one of my bring-along knives. I actually really like this. And that's it. I'm Donnie B all day. Until next knife.